Hi, everybody. My name is Joseph Earl McPeek ESQ III, and it is another beautiful day. Just look at it. It's beautiful. Thank you, Jesus, for providing another beautiful day. Now, what do you want to do? Be bored or do something? That's what I always ask myself when I get up in the morning. Joe, what kind of adventure is it going to be today? You know, physics is all messed up. It needs to be revamped. You have to save the human race. You have to save the animals. You have to save the children. Well, I wouldn't go that far, Joe. They got that covered. I know. Joe, you need to show the people and stop talking because you're not persuasive in one bit. No. Joe is not persuasive at all when he says, when Joe says light don't move, he means light don't move and you don't believe him. He gets it. He gets it. But Joe is right. Now, how is Joe right now? Well, Joe's fine right now, but what is Joe right about right now? Joe, you're going to have to put some water. That hair's getting wild in the back. Look at that mullet. He's got party in the back. Boy. Anyways. All right, we've been streaming for exactly, boom, 2 minutes. Joe's got timing. That's what he has, but he has no persuasion. That's a shame. No, actually, that's not a shame. That's a skill. All right, so Joe was talking about why physics is wrong and how he found out it was wrong. Well, it's from the latest JWST readings of galaxies that are too far and too old and too young. Everything's messed up out there. You know why? Because a light year is not a light year. A light year is a light second or something like that. So they're using seconds to measure astronomical distances because they're 100 times off with the light year. Why? Because light doesn't move, therefore all of the calculations are incorrect. All of them. For 100 years, we've been on physics stall because we believe that light goes 660 some million miles per hour. It does not. That is the speed of collapse. The speed of collapse is what they call the speed of light. So they didn't think it through quite well, did they? They think that it goes like this. No, it goes like this. And even if light was a speed, it can't be a speed. No, it can't. Because closing distance, this is distance. That's not speed. Do you understand? That's a subcomponent of time. Speed is a subcomponent of time, therefore you don't even need to talk about speed. Speed is for somebody who wants to put something else on a 2D graph. No, we do everything in 2D now, folks. It's just easier, it's lighter, it's faster. And we found out that physics and science has been wrong for over 100 years. Why? Because they tried to measure something that don't move. They said, well, light must go. No, you must go. Over there. Go over there. That's distance, not time. You know what I mean? You're never closing a distance. I mean, you're never closing time. No, you're closing distance. So to call light speed a light year says nothing at all. Think about that, folks. Think about the implications if I'm right and he's wrong. He's been in the timekeeping business of records. That's 5D. I've been in the 4D where I can operate on the 3D. I don't use clocks. I don't use time. I don't use a timer. Why? Because I work at the speed of collapse. And that is 666 million miles per hour. I've dubbed it Damón speed. Damón. How's this go? Daemon. Damón speed is 666 million miles per hour. And that speed there, yes, is collapse. But light, you see this stuff right here? It's streaming off my glasses. You can see it streaming off my glasses. Therefore, light don't move. It can't. Now, I want to tell you guys straight up, this is how it works. There must be matter or mass. You can call it matter or mass or both. And there must be something that doesn't move. And that's light. Okay? Now, light is both a particle and a wave, and I can explain that real quick. This is the way I look at it. Light is a lattice. And each one of those little points is like a marble, but it's squeezed down, and these marbles touch each other, but they're squeezed down on a scalar almost to infinity. Well, actually, yes, infinity. So think of them as little, they go from bowling balls to marbles to BBs to something smaller 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 until this is a net, until it's a lattice. And it's so small that it's there. It's right here. See? That lattice is right there. You can see it in my sunglasses. See? Right there is my lattice, and that ain't going nowhere. But why is it visible? It's only visible because of matter. Matter is moving through the lattice at all times. Remember that, folks. Me, you, this piano, the dust motes in the air, my glasses, this lamp is all moving through space at a hypersonic rate. Damón speed, 660 million miles per hour. That is why that little sunbeam is making the dust in the air visible. It's not because I'm sitting still. No, I'm not sitting still. You're not sitting still. The piano is not sitting still. The lamp is not sitting still. The earth is not sitting still. The galaxy arm is not sitting still. The orbits of all the planets are spinning around like a jukebox, like a pinball machine. You know this, right? I hope you know this because it's important. Okay? Light don't move. That's the new C. That's 0. The new light speed is 0, folks. I took in the constant, which was at the top right of the graph, and I just put it down here at the lower left of the graph. That is 0. Now, every event in the universe now has a story. We start back at 0 with everything, folks. 0 is going to save us. I promise. 0 is going to save mankind. To the furtherance